duelists, Rustmarrow here, and today we're going to be opening a box of Rising Rampage. So in the previous pack, Dark Neostorm, we got Playmaker's brand new Xyz Monster, Firewall Xcharge Dragon, and in this one we're getting Revolver's Borreload Xcharge Dragon, and that is definitely the card I want to pull for this set. Now let me focus for you guys. We're starting off with a Dyna Wrestler, Marshall Ankilo, the God Bird of Death Simorgh. So we are getting some Simorgh Legacy support in this archetype as well. Reversible Beetle, so that's interesting. This is actually a flip monster. Followed by, here's a trap card for the new Tian Wei Dragon archetype. Tian Wei Unparalleled Fist. And oh wait! Right off the bat in the first pack, what are you doing, man? This Rising Rampage box right here. And we are starting off with a Pendulum Monster as our very first ultra rare. Now this is actually one of the cards I was hoping to pull because it is a Yosenju, and back in the days of Dueling Network I actually really enjoyed playing Yosenju, so it's really nice to pull a card like this. And this is my Yosenju, Hitotsume no Muraji. This monster can only be special summoned by Pendulum Summon. And if this card is successfully normal or special summon, target one card on your opponent's field and return it to its owner's hand. While this card is on the field, each time a card other than this card is returned to the hand or deck by one of your card effects, all of the Yosenju monsters on your field gain 500 attack. And like the other Yosenju monsters, during the end phase of the turn this monster was special summoned, return it to its owner's hand. Moving on to the Pendulum Effects, this card name's first and second Pendulum Effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, target one Yosenju card in one of your Pendulum zones. That card's Pendulum scale becomes 11 until the end of the turn. However, during this turn, you can only special summon Yosenju monsters. Second effect, during the end phase, return this card to its owner's hand from the Pendulum zone. So this is quite an interesting card. It sounds like quite some interesting and solid support for Yosenju in fact, which has not seen support for a very long time. And I really like how the design sort of parallels Daibakaze as well, so that's really nice. Here's another new Simorgh card. The God Bird of Protection Simorgh, Reptilian Hydra. Wow, I was not expecting new Reptilian cards. And here we have Marincess Coral Anemone, one of Blue Angel's new cards. So this is a field spell for Simorgh, the Cloud Peak of Simorgh, Elbors. And followed by, this time we're just getting a rare, and here is the God Bird of Invitation Simorgh. So first pack Ultra, second pack Rare. Seems like a pretty decent start. Alright. Moving on to the third pack, another Dyna Wrestler, Ram Brachio, Beat Raptor. Here is one of the Tian Wei Link monsters, Fist Disciple of Tian Wei. And next we have a super rare, but let's look at what's behind first. Here we have a Tian Wei Dragon, yes, a Tian Wei Dragon rare, Tian Wei Dragon Wishda. And here, very nice, our first super rare of this set is going to be the Link version of the Wind Charmer, Win. Or in this case, the Verdant Wind Charmer, Win. To Link summon this card, you'll need two monsters including a Wind monster. And this card is always treated as a familiar possessed card. This card name's first and second effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, you can target one Wind monster in your opponent's graveyard. Special summon it to a zone that this card points to. Second effect, if this Link summon monster is destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effect, you can add one Wind monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So that is pretty cool. I'm actually not sure if the brand new Link version of the Fire Charmer, which was released in Dark Neostorm, I believe, has a similar effect. But I kind of like how, you know, these Charmers, they basically kind of support decks of their attribute while helping you fight against opponent's decks of that attribute as well. Like in this case, you can gain control of your opponent's Wind monster, and you can also use the second effect to search Wind monsters from your deck. Anyway, moving on to the next pack, we have a Tian Wei Dragon of Water, Shutana, another Simorgh of Protection, Defender of the Netherworld Labyrinth, Fierce Battle of Simorgh. Quite cool seeing like the pure light version of Simorgh versus the dark one. And here our rare is going to be the Earth attribute Tian Wei Dragon, Adara. Alright. I have pretty much lost track of how many packs we've opened thus far. I believe this is the fifth one. Alright. And looks like, yes, this is one of the new Cyber's cards. Rescue Interlacer, I believe Playmaker used this recently as well. God Bird of Beginning Simorgh, this is like the basic form of Simorgh. Here we have Bull Tester. Now that is a pretty badass looking card. That's a really nice design. It's like an electronic Cyber Knight. He's not Cyber's attribute though, he's actually Lightning attribute. And here we have Sextet Summon. And our rare is going to be a Yosenju. Yosenju Izunamuchi. Alright. That is pretty cool. Unfortunately, like, if I'm not wrong, the brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist that's coming out near the end of this month, Link Evolution, only contains cards up to Infinity Chasers, so it won't have these new Yosenju cards for me to use. Anyway, here we have the Wind Attribute Tian Wei Dragon Nahata, Ranryu, Magistry Ritualist, Arrival of Simorgh, and followed by another Yosenju rare. And this time it's Yosenju Saburo Kaze. Moving on to the next pack. Yeah, so it is quite unfortunate, but at the very least, I am glad that even though it's releasing on the Japanese eShop end of this month, the English translation will be available then as well, so I'll be able to bring some gameplay videos to you guys in English. Next, we have Marincess Sea Star, followed by the Hydra Reptilian again, and another Marincess Blue Slug, followed by World Legacy Choice. Yes, the events in World Legacy are getting really interesting right now. And at the end, we have a brand new support for Fortune Lady as well, Fortune Lady Pasty. So I believe this is going to be localized as Fortune Lady Past. And the name is probably comes from the English word past as well. Have you guys caught up to the latest Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS episode though? Like, I can't believe Borreload Xcharge just debuted this week only. And here we have another one of Revolver's cards, DMZ Dragon, the Fire Tian Wei Dragon Manila, another Coral Anemone, and our super rare. What is this? Let's look at the card behind first. And here we have quite an important card for Marincess Seahorse. Now what is this? Extreme Nova Burst. You can only activate one card with this name per turn. Banish face down 2 monsters that cannot be normal summoned from either your hand or face up on your field, and then draw 2 cards from your deck. Wow! I am not too sure what to think about this card, honestly. Like, I mean, it is probably pretty sick for hand advantage, and I guess it can be a very good recycler for decks where you might have cards that cannot be normal summoned. And anyway, here we have Dino Wrestler. We've seen this one, the Ankilo, the Fire Tian Wei again, Ranryu, Psychic Implosion, followed by a rare, Cyber's Cross Debugger. Alright, but yeah, I guess like, if you play a deck where all of your monsters, where the monsters of your archetype basically cannot be traditionally normal summon and you need to use some special strategies to special summon them on the field, like for the majority of the monsters of the archetype, nothing really comes to mind right now, but I guess it could fit in such a deck. Cataclysmic Bellowing Colder. Now that's some intensely named card. We've seen this one, Set Upper, and whoa! Yes! Oh dang! Are you guys seeing this right now? Like, I know of this card because I took a glance at the wiki right before this opening and I was like, what is this card? I've never heard of a card with this sort of name before. And then I took a look at the picture and this is the most awesome artwork of a card that I've seen like in recent Yu-Gi-Oh! This is so badass. This actually beats like Firewall Exceed and even Borreload Xcharge. This is an ultra rare we are looking at right now. Mechanical Snake, Murakumo no Orochi. You can only use one of this card name's effects per turn and only once that turn. First effect, while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish the top 8 cards from your deck to special summon this card, and this is a quick effect. Second effect, you can banish 3 cards from your extra deck to target 1 face-up monster on the field and destroy it. So that is quite an interesting combination of effects, and then paired with the Extreme Nova Blast that we just pulled earlier, it seems like this pack has quite a few cards that have this like banish face down to activate an effect mechanic. So I'm just going to put the ultra rares on the left here and then the super rares on the right. But yeah, actually thinking back to the Extreme Nova Blast, because you can banish cards that are on your field as well. So cards on your field that cannot be normal summoned basically can also refer to cards that you special summon from the extra deck as well. So that is a pretty interesting mechanic. It can help you like, I mean, you can basically just quickly get some Link once if you really need a hand advantage and then sort of play this card. So here we have Nahata again, Voltester, the Guard, Obstructive Curtain, and followed by Get Out. Alright. So it looks like we've got quite a lot of funky trap cards in this set. What did we get earlier? Something like Set Upper that had like the giant behemoth, the beast type monster that also appears in the artwork of, what's that card again? The trap card that basically ends the battle phase, something roar? Bellowing roar, was it? It's been so long since I used it on Duel Links, I can't really remember. Magicite of Spell Salvation. Now this is a pretty interesting and nice artwork. And here's another funky trap. The Stamping of the Normal. So another one of the normal trap cards that have effects that deal with normal monsters. So 2 Ultras and 2 Supers already. Wonder if you'll be able to get any special rarities in this set. But it looks like we're seeing a lot of repeats. And what's this? It's a super rare. Let's look at our rare first, then we can go turn to that. So this is Rejection of Simorgh, and this is Dragonstorm Return. And now that you mention it, it does kind of look like it has something to do with the Dragon Rulers, like just from the artwork alone. You can only activate 1 card with this name per turn, target 1 banished monster, it can be either yours or your opponent's, special summon it to your side of the field, but return it to its owner's hand at the end phase. So wow, that is quite an interesting way. You can possibly get some extra resources from your opponent's banished monsters. But because the... Okay, wait, let me think about this. Okay, if you get an opponent's banished monster and use it as material, it will probably become a discarded to the grave, so then your opponent can't retrieve it back and use it later on. What's this? Link back. So that is still okay, but you probably don't want to bring back a card that you won't use and then the opponent can get it back in their hand the next turn. And this is a rare, the Hollow Cycle of Dragons. So I believe that is a card for Tian Wei, because we can see the Tian Wei boss in the artwork for that. Their so-called Berserk Master. And here we have more Simorghs. Hydra, Coral, Anemone. Draw, Discharge. Wait! What is this? Oh, right, alright. So what we are looking at now is, I believe, yes, our 3rd triple rare. It's actually a brand new Link 4 Cyber's Link Monster. And this is Link Male Demon. Now, traditionally, when Japanese cards have demon in their name, they are translated to Archfiend in the TCG. So this will probably be Link Male Archfiend. So to Link summon this card, you'll need 2 or more monsters, including a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz Monster. First effect, if this card is successfully special summoned, target 1 Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz Monster on your field or in your graveyard, then all of your opponent's monsters lose attack equal to the attack of the targeted monster. Second effect, monsters on your field that were special summoned from the extra deck cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Third effect, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz Monster from your graveyard instead. So, wow, that is quite a sick combination of effects. Like, I've heard of this monster coming out in this set, but I actually didn't go to check the effects before this, but that is really interesting. It does sound like it's really quite versatile and can really survive in a lot of different situations and really change the tide of battle. It sounds like it would be a good card for Yusaku to add to his deck right now though. And here we have Grid Rod, followed by a rare Fortune Vision. And now we are moving on to the second stack on the left. Yeah, like now that Yusaku has like basically Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz Cyber's monsters to use in his deck, it just feels like this could be the nice finishing touch to be like the ultimate boss over all of those cards. And here, I believe we have the Tian Wei boss as a rare, the Tian Wei Ashura. So this is the master of the Tian Wei school of martial arts, after having gone berserk by like absorbing too much of the Tian Wei dragon's power. Or at least according to the lore that they actually published in V-Jump, I believe. And yep, we are seeing a lot of the same old Dino Wrestlers as usual. Oh, what is this? A super rare. And our rare is first going to be a Marincess Marbled Rock. And now let's check out this weird super rare. So this is Spirit Sculptor, and you can only use this card name's effect once per turn. Tribute 1 monster from your field. Add from your deck to your hand another monster with the same total original attack plus original defense as the tributed monster. So wow, that really sounds like a really cool and interesting effect, depending on, well, basically the monster setup of your deck and whether you have a bunch of like different monsters that have like the same total attack plus defense value, which could be pretty interesting and cool as a searcher. So now that we have 3 triples already, that means we can now enter the realms of secrets and ultimates, but I guess not in this set. I mean in this pack. Anyway, this rare is Tlakalel, the Evil King. Moving on. Alright, so It's actually quite good that in my 3 Ultras I didn't get Borreload Xcharge, so that means I believe that gives me like a better chance of getting Borreload Xcharge as either my secret or my ultimate, which would definitely be nicer than, oh, this is a new card, Marincess Wave. And oh, here we go! And we are starting off first with our secret, so that means hopefully Borreload is going to be our ultimate. And this is Apollosa, the Bow of the Goddess. So to link summon this card, you'll need 2 or more monsters with different names, excluding tokens. First effect, you can only control 1 Apollosa on your field. Second effect, this card's original attack is the number of link materials used to summon it times 800. So that will potentially go up to 3200, and preferably, you'll probably want to summon it with as many materials as possible. Third effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can make this card lose 800 attack in order to negate that activation. So wait a minute, isn't this like a Link 4 version of Light and Darkness Dragon? Now that is pretty damn cool. So yeah, you'll definitely want to give this monster like as much attack as possible, giving it up to 3200, then you basically get 4 negates off of it, which can be really powerful. Wow, now I can really see this card seeing some play in the future. And here we have Fury of Fire, definitely a Salaman Great card. And finally, Big Viper T301, one of those, you know, that series of cards. I'm not really sure what this specific like series or archetype are called, but they are basically all like spaceships, motherships, that kind of stuff. Alright, Simorgh again, and Bolt Tester. I think we've got 3 of that. Here we have a Marincess Trap we haven't seen, Marincess Currents, followed by another Simorgh of Invitations. And now that we've seen pretty much most of the commons and rares already, we're just gonna rush through and see what our final foils are gonna be. The Baby Simorgh, Ranryu, Blue Slug, and next our super rare. For our rare is gonna be the Tian Wei Rue of Darkness, the Vishda, followed by our super rare, which is going to be Fortune Lady Every. To synchro summon this card, you'll need 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner spellcaster monsters. This card name's third effect can only be activated once per turn. First effect, this card's attack and defense is its level times 400. So that means right off the bat, since it's level 7, right off the bat you're getting 2800 attack and defense, which is actually pretty decent I feel for a level 7 synchro. During your standby phase, increase this card's level by 1 up to a maximum of 12. After that, you can choose 1 face-up monster on your opponent's field and banish it. So wow, that is a lethal combination of effects. Like, not only do you get the level up for the additional power up boost, which will basically bring you up to 3200 attack, which is quite massive already, you also get the banish. Third effect, during your opponent's end phase, if this card is in your grave, you can banish 1 spellcaster from your grave other than this card to special summon this card. Wow. That is... I have no idea what to say. Like, that's a pretty solid combination of effects right there. Like, I mean, it basically just has... It can just keep bringing itself back, and then like it just has pretty high stats in general, which will only increase with each of your turns passing by, with an additional banishment as well. And what is this? Fortune Lady spell, Fortune Lady Calling. It looks like Every's calling pasty from the past, I guess. And we've seen this Earth Tian Wei Dragon already. So how many? We've got 5 supers, 3 ultras, and our one secret, so we are definitely still confirmed to get our ultimate, and I think 1 more super maybe, and this is Miss Cape Barber. Oh, I get why she's called it now. Like, can you guys see she's actually holding a pair of scissors, so she's like a barber for capes, so she styles people's capes. And we've seen this rare, the first rare Yosenju that we pulled in this set already, I believe in our second pack, and wow, it looks like our ultimate rare really just wants to be saved for last. We've been pretty much seeing everything. Fortune Lady Rewind, yeah. And yeah, another Yosenju rare. And we're only down to 4 packs. So this is the 4th last pack, which makes it number 27? Yes, 27. Okay. And here looks like a quick play spell for Yosenju. Yosenju Wind Ritual. and followed by another copy of Fortune Lady Pasty. And wow, remaining 3 packs still don't have our ultimate rare. I am super really hoping that it turns out to be Borreload Xcharge though, and especially in 20th secret rare if possible. I'd like to pull another 20th secret. I've only pulled one so far. Alright. Okay, not yet, not yet. This is our 6th and final super. Definitely, this is Marincess Seahorse. And we are getting the super rare for Tian Wei. And this is Tian Wei Dragon Sage. To link summon this card, you'll need 2 worm monsters. This card name's first and second effects can only be activated once per turn. First effect, you can discard 1 card, target 1 worm monster in your grave and special summon it. However, after you activate this effect until the end of the turn, you cannot activate the effects of monsters on your field that were special summoned from the extra deck other than Tian Wei monsters. Second effect, when an attack is declared involving one of your face-up non-effect monsters, you can target 1 card on your opponent's field and destroy it. So that is some pretty good support for the archetype, I feel. Because Tian Wei, the style is basically just worms, and a lot. The other 2 link monsters are actually normal monsters, and they are going to be your main powerhouses. Alright, and this is our second final pack. Oh, here's a new trap. Yosenju Weasel Blade Wind. Now let's see if our ultimate rare is going to be this. Not this one. Our rare is just going to be Cross Debugger, a Cyberse, which means they literally saved the best for last. I am super looking forward to seeing what is going to come out of this final pack. Please be Borreload Xcharge in 20th secret. But at this point, I mean, even if it's just like an ultimate rare, I'll just take it anyway. But let's see what we get. Hopefully no repeats of any of this, please. Just no repeats. DMZ Dragon, Simorgh of Beginnings, Blue Slug. Here's the new spell we haven't seen, Land of the Eternal Tian Wei. And our final ultimate rare is good. Whoa! Oh, it really happened! No way! Are you serious? Like, there's supposed to be a desire sensor. Like, when I say something, you don't give me what I want, Konami. That's not how the world works. You give me something I don't want. You give me like a repeat of one of my super rares. Oh, the exact card I wanted. And are you guys looking at how awesome this Borreload Xcharge looks with like the metallic style of ultimate rare? Like, there are some cards that I actually don't really like in ultimate rare, like Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, because it kind of destroys the feel of the card, I feel, in a way, by taking away some of the color with that metallic foil and texture. But it looks just so good here because Borreload is like a robotic metallic dragon after all. And you see how, like, oh, with the ultimate rare, like silver lining and the lightning, it really makes the black armor stand out against the backdrop of the Xyz black layout. Oh, this looks so good! Let's get into its effects. So to link summon Borreload Xcharge Dragon, you'll need 2 level 4 Dark Attribute Dragon type monsters. First effect, this Xyz summon card cannot be targeted by the effects of other monsters. Borreload Armor. Second effect, once per turn you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card to target 1 face-up monster on the field and make it lose 600 attack and 600 defense. Also, special summon 1 Borreload monster from your graveyard, but the monster special summoned by this effect is banished during the end phase. After you activate this effect until the end of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters or attack directly. So considering the summoning conditions, the 3000 attack and this combination of effects, okay, the second effect's not too magnificent, but especially the first effect, which gives it like resistance and immunity to effect targeting, I honestly think like this card is a bit on the broken side. Like, it's not uber broken, it's not like everybody will be running it, but I just feel like it can be a pretty good staple in any deck with like level 4 Dark Dragons. Like, it's just so good. You just bring it out, you have 3000 attack and it can't be targeted by effects. Like, you don't even necessarily need the second effect, but if you do play a Borreload deck, then just makes it even better. But wow, I am still in awe. My luck is so on point today that I was able to get this card. And that will be the end of this booster box opening. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Yugioh OCG booster box and product openings on the day of release. Our next release is going to be Collection Pack Duelist of Revolution on May 18th next month. So hope you guys stick around and I'll see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. Go my way, I'll fly the wind and like the wind tearing through